And here we are. Yes! My favorite time of the month once again. Here we are. It is December 2023 with another edition of the Windows Insider Webcast. We have some great guests here for you to check out today, some new things to learn. I gotta say hi. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Jen? How's it going?
Hello. Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
The joy of doing this via Teams, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell you the number of times I've sat there and done the chat thing, and everybody's like, unmute. I think anybody who's been on these corporate calls before, everybody's done it at one point or another. Jen, how are you? Things going well? I cannot hear you.
Look, Jason, you're the one who told me to mute myself.
I know, right? I was like,
It wasn't even on purpose. That is the best part about it. Oh my goodness, right?
I said great things. You missed all the things. What I was gonna say, I was laughing to Brandon before the call. I was like, this is like the holiday edition webcast, and I'm the only one wearing a holiday sweater. Which, by the way, MS Styles represent. Except I'm not. There's another person wearing a holiday sweater who will be on later. So
you'll see them momentarily. Yeah. I went old school, so I'm like I always have to go backwards, right? Because of the camera and the way it shows.
Oh yeah.
You
can see how old I am, like leaning close to the screen.
This is what the hoodie from Ignite 2019.
I was younger back then.
We were all younger back then.
I didn't have this gray hair.
Yeah, I was about to say this wasn't the same back then. Oh my goodness. We have a fantastic webcast for you today. Brandon, I know you whipped up a little something to show on the front end. Do you want to go ahead and share that?
It says that I'm sharing it already. It does not.
I can see it. It looks great. It's a great picture.
Let me share the window again in Teams.
Let's see here.
Share the window. Yeah, I worked really hard on this. I'm really really proud of this.
It is not.
So I just shared it.
Well, let's see. It's a quick remap. Let's see if it brings it up. Right now, everybody's seeing a tiny little bitty box of my face.
Tiny Jason.
No. Interesting.
Oh God,
it is not coming.
Tiny. Oh, look how cute it is.
I know, this is ridiculous. And this is the problem. Your PowerPoint's not coming through. It's funny. Kristen was like, "Oh, have you ever had problems before?" And of course, right as we're doing this, go figure.
Can you just open it on your side and?
Hey, there it goes. No, there it finally came through. So let me go ahead and transition.
Okay.
It looks like a Discord emote, like a Twitch emote at that size.
Okay, I got to figure it out because this was going to be a real big problem if I couldn't figure this out because none of the content was going to come through. And there was way too much goodness that we'll be covering today. So if we couldn't figure this out, I was going to have a big problem. Brandon, thanks for the.
I had fun.
The photo.
The new background removal feature in the Photos app is amazing, and so
It's
I had a little
so
bit
good.
of fun. I had a little bit of fun with the Photos app last night and the Paint and MS Paint. So, but yeah, I could kick us off real quick. And Jason, feel free to pile on with commentary. But hello and welcome to our December 2023 webcast. Our agenda for today is some end-of-year housekeeping, and then, of course, we have the Windows 365 team as our guests. So I'm really excited about that. Go to the next slide. So end-of-year housekeeping. We have flights planned for this week across Canary, Dev, and Beta, but no new builds today. Although there might be a servicing pipeline update for Canary. Maybe. We'll see. After this week, we're going to be off for the holidays until January. That means that after this week, there won't be any new builds for Canary, Dev, Beta, or Release Preview until January. So we'll also document this in the flight blogs as well. But yeah, this week is our last week with flights, and then we will have a little bit of a holiday break, and then we'll come back in January with new builds for you all.
Hey, Brandon, your slide didn't change in Teams, so it's not coming through. Can you like double click it? There's something weird going on with the PowerPoint share out of Teams. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but now it's showing. And your fine artwork of you as the trout with me in the photo.
Well, I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that, but I went back and forth.
Yeah, and it's working okay now.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Keeping us
It's
on our
flipping back and
toes.
forth. Yeah. And then finally, I just want to, as a reminder, because I've also been answering these questions in chat, we won't be answering questions related to rumored future Windows releases. Don't ask us. We're not the team that's going to give you that information. It's going to just don't ask. We're not going to answer those questions. So please keep the conversation and questions on topic to Windows 365 or general program questions, but don't ask us about the future stuff. And then over the holidays, I'll wait for the hopefully the slides will change. But over the holidays, make sure that you're running the latest build in whatever channel you're on. So make sure you're running the latest, check for updates, all that fun stuff. And then check out the blog posts from the most recent flights for your channel and try out features and improvements, and make sure you're giving us feedback. Just because we're not flighting new builds over the holidays doesn't mean that you can't continue to use the builds, try out new features that we've documented, give feedback. All of that stuff will get routed through to our engineering team. So please keep on keeping on during the holidays if you have time, et cetera, et cetera. And then, of course, be sure to update all your apps in the Microsoft Store. We have released some app updates for the snipping tool and Notepad most recently that I think many of you will enjoy. So definitely give those.
Notepad has a character counter now.
Yep.
It's like the littlest thing, but it makes me so happy. It's been 30 years. Actually, I don't want to think about how old Notepad is. Anyway.
Yep.
Insert the Titanic meme.
Yep. So yeah, and then finally, I'm proud of this next slide. MS Paint.
Can you click it again?
Yeah.
There it goes.
Okay, there we go.
Speaking of
That's
Ignite,
a good picture of Jason.
Yep. He's actually holding one of our scarves.
it's one of the whip scarf. Yeah, it was the whip scarf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then so we wish everyone a happy holidays. And with that, I'm really excited to kick things off to our guests, the Windows 365 team. I'm really excited about this. I am using Windows 365 myself to test across the multiple insider channels. So my personal laptop is running the dev channel. I use Windows 365 to try to bounce between Canary channel builds and the beta channel builds. So on my PC, I have all access to all three of those channels. Really exciting, and so I'm really happy to have the team here to talk you through some of the things that they shipped this last year, or in September, and then of course some new stuff we just talked about in the dev channel. So with that,
Brandon, can you click this slide again? Yes, I don't know why this slide is dragging as it comes through. There's something odd happening, but which is going to make the next presentation a little bit interesting. So we'll work our way through it, and we will see what happens. I think it's because we have so many folks on today, but that's what happens when you have a big team full of folks who are doing a lot of really good work and they want to come share the message. And anyway, without further ado, let's hop over. So our smiling faces are going to disappear, and here in a moment, you're going to see the smiling faces of all of our lovely guests for today. And voila, here you go. So how about we go around the clock and we can do some introductions, say hello. Who would like to kick it off? I turn the microphone over to you.
I'll start. Hi, everyone. I'm a product manager on the Windows Cloud Experience team, and I work on Windows integration features such as Windows 365 Boot and Switch, which we'll be getting into details today. And I'm here along with our members from our team. We have Christian, Amr, Zach, and Derek. So Amr, Zach, and Derek are part of the engineering team. So I'll kick it off. Maybe Christian, you can start and do a quick introduction.
Thanks, Alina, and welcome everyone, and great to be here. Thanks, Jen, Brendan, Jason, for the great invite and the great preamble to our session as well. I'm a Christian Brinkhoff. I've been a MVP as well and an active participant in this kind of area too, and great to be here and see how we reflect our product into the community and see the usage as well. I'm working closely with Alina on the PM side on boot and switch and other integrations that we cannot share today, but maybe for a future episode like this, we can. So nice to meet you.
Amar, you'd like to go ahead?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. And, I am the engineering manager working on the Windows and the Windows 365 integrations like boot and switch. And we are coming up with a lot of new features, very soon. And super excited to interact with all of you through this webcast.
Thank you. Derek?
Hi, everybody. This is Derek here. I'm a developer on the team working on the boot and switch feature. I work closely with the folks here on the chat to bring you the latest and best feature that we got for boot. I'm excited to answer any questions that you guys have.
Thank you. Zach? I was going in alphabetical order, kind of.
As usual. Good morning. My name is Zach. I'm also on the Mars team working on boot and switch. It's pretty surreal to be here. Looking before I was a software engineer, I found I've been an insider since day one. So it's pretty fun to be here.
Well, it's good to have you.
Awesome. So should I share my deck?
Yeah.
Let me know when you guys, hopefully everybody sees it, and let me know if there's some problems with switching. Let me know.
So I will keep close tabs on that. And the agenda slide is showing as expected. So
wonderful.
I'll let you kick it off.
Perfect. So I just want to start off with going over a few things that just to make sure we know what has GA'd with Windows 365 boot and switch, and then we can talk about what's coming in the future. So let's start with boot. So as you all know, we had Win general availability with boot back in September. And so I just wanted to highlight a few things that came with that general availability during September, and one thing here that came shortly after. So we do have Bluetooth support. So users can go ahead and fine-tune their Bluetooth settings directly in their Windows 365 boot device. So that's super convenient. A lot of people are asking for that. And I will show a video in the next slide so you can see exactly where that is and where you can find that. We also have support for multiple cloud PC. So in case you have more than one cloud PC that you want to connect to, you can go to the Windows 365 web portal today, and you can choose which cloud PC you'd like to make default. And you can connect to the right one. We are doing some more enhancements in that area where you can easily and smoothly connect during the sign-in process, but that's future to come. But we want to make sure we unblock anyone who has connects to more than one cloud PC. When we went GA, we also realized that we want to make sure we support the frontline license. So Windows 365 boot is supported for people that have purchased the frontline license. So if you did, you will have a smooth experience connecting to boot with that license. The other thing that came just a little bit after GA, which I really love because I feel like it's very useful, is the battery redirection. So you may have noticed it now, if you're on your latest OS build, that you can see the little battery icon on the bottom. And when you hover over, you can see the percentage. So of course, you'll see that in other Windows 365 connections, like in Switch as well, and in the app, but it's very useful for boot since you won't be connecting to your local device. So you can see the local battery. And there were a couple other additions we made to the guided scenario, like support for max timeout preference, where the IT admin can set the maximum connection timeout, as well as support for security baseline profiles that you can do right within the guided scenario. So this is kind of what we came with and what we have today. If you have the GA version, if you're on the latest OS version, this is what you'll see. And I want to just quickly walk over this settings I'm going to play the video because some people have been asking, you know, where is it? Do I have it? So as long as you're on your latest version, you should be able to see this on your latest OS version. So let me play this for you. So here the user is on the Cloud PC, and all they have to do is click on the settings here at the bottom and Bluetooth and devices, and then you open the local settings just from there. So that button is right there. And how you can tell for sure you're in local, if you look on the top left, you'll see local settings there. And then you'll know that you're in the, you're in your local, and you can go ahead and add your Bluetooth devices just as you normally would add them if you were in your local device. So very convenient, and that's there today. And I just want to highlight a couple of things that going forward soon to come in the beta channel, you'll see that button in other places. Like if you want to configure display settings and sound, you can of course go through there. You can still go through Bluetooth and then go through local settings and find display settings and sound. But all these things that you would like to configure on your local device, you can do that on your Windows 365 boot device. And if there are some admins who don't want their users to, play around with local settings at all, no worries. You can go ahead and configure group policies and make sure that you can block that for the end user, just in case you don't want them to play around with the local settings. So that's there as well. All right, and then just moving on quickly to Switch, what we have today. I'm just going to play this video as I talk through it. So just want to remind everyone here, Switch also came out generally available in September. You hover over that task view and directly get connected to your Windows 365 Cloud PC. So again, this is a wonderful use case for bring your own PC scenario. And if you just have two different environments that you work in at work, where you have your local and you have other special stuff on your Cloud PC, and it just provides that super easy switching back and forth. You can do it on your trackpad or with the keys on the keyboard. So just an easy way to move back and forth, very smooth. And that also came out, in September. So this is kind of where we are.
Oh, sorry.
With, did somebody ask a question? Jennifer?
Yeah, I was going to say, you mentioned switching with the keyboard shortcuts. It is the same as when switching between desktops, right? It's control,
that's right, correct.
Windows key plus control plus left, right? Arrows?
That's right, yes. So you can do that. You can do it on your screen, and you can do it on your touchpad. So very convenient. Of course, you can also hover and switch back and forth. So it'll be just like what you have on your task view today between desktops. So I think I mentioned all of this. I want to make sure, some people have been saying, oh, I don't know if I have Switch enabled. So just make sure you're on your latest Windows OS build, both on your Cloud PC and on your local. And then you will be able to open up your Windows app and go to the Cloud PC you'd like to pin on your task view. And there's the three dots there. You can just go and add to task view, and you'll have your Cloud PC pinned. So that's definitely important to note that you need to make sure that your Cloud PC is also up to date. So if you need to contact your IT admin to tell them to update you, just in case you don't have that functionality, just make sure you're updated on both local and Cloud PC. All right, so now to the exciting stuff. So I want to just talk about what is coming soon with Windows 365 boot and switch. So I'll start with boot first. And so these are features that you will see coming pretty soon. They're not, they won't be in the beta channel. They'll be going directly to general availability. But basically, this one here is called dedicated mode. I don't know if you remember when we went out with Windows 365 boot specifically, we went out with shared mode. And so we wanted to make sure that we have the use case for shift workers and hot desks. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, paired really nicely with the frontline license. So now what we have today, or what we'll be coming out with soon, what we're working on today, is a more of a one-to-one relationship where each user has their own dedicated device. So you get that feeling of personalization. It also feels just like local, which is really nice. And of course, people have been asking for this, and this makes sense for dedicated mode. You got the Windows Hello secure sign-in with your face, fingerprint, PIN, your username and profile and pictures retained. So if you need to sign back in, all you have to do is just, show your face or do the PIN. You don't have to always enter your username all the time. So this is super awesome. We've been, very excited about this one. And I want to share the video so you can see the full from beginning to end experience for the end user once they have dedicated mode enabled. Mute myself.
Welcome everyone. Today, we're diving into an exciting feature that's changing the way information workers operate. Let's explore the Boot to Cloud dedicated mode. Secure login made easy. With Boot to Cloud dedicated mode, you get to experience hassle-free access. Say goodbye to passwords and say hello to Windows Hello for Business and Fido, our passwordless authentication champions. Setting up your security preferences? It's a breeze. Whether it's through the out-of-box experience or simple setting adjustments, the power is in your hands to ensure a seamless and secure setup. But that's not all. We've got personalization covered too. Your username and profile picture all are retained for a truly personalized experience. Your device becomes an extension of you, even after locking and signing out. And there you have it, Boot to Cloud dedicated mode, delivering security, personalization, and flexibility in one package. Ready to experience the future of work? Dive in today.
Unmute myself. So I hope that was as exciting for you as it is for us. So this is something you can go ahead and do in the guided scenario. So when you go into the guided scenario in Intune, the first question will be there if you'd like to have shared mode enabled or if you'd like to have dedicated mode enabled. So that is again coming soon. So stay forward for that. And then the other exciting feature I wanted to mention is the company branding. We heard a lot of people asking for this, so we want to make sure that this is something that is coming next as well. So for shared mode scenario, this makes the most sense. We will have the end user, the IT admin, be able to customize the sign-in screen with the company logo and the company name. And on top of that, you also get a really nice customized lock screen that you can do as well. So let me show you what that looks like, and I'll kind of walk through it. This is kind of fast. So here we have the company Contoso. And here you can see that the lock screen is already customized. They have these buildings and the name here. And if you go ahead and click on the sign-in screen, you can see the logo of the company was added here, as well as the name of the company. So, and it's also really nice. You can see the background faded away of the screen in the back. So this is something that is also coming soon, and something that you can do in the guided scenario. So in Intune, in a guided scenario, you'll be able to upload whatever image you'd like for your company branding. All right, and then just quickly, a couple of switch improvements. Some of these things you'll be able to see soon in the beta channel, but these are also working towards general availability coming soon as well. So we have an improved disconnect experience here for Windows 365 Switch, where you can disconnect directly from the task view. So if you right click on the task view, you can click disconnect. You don't have to do it within the actual Cloud PC when you're in there. And I'll show you a quick video of what that looks like. It's actually really awesome, very convenient. The other thing we added is, we did put some extra indicators to differentiate between when you connect to your cloud PC and your local PC. We've been hearing that when you use Switch and you get onto your, cloud PC with Switch, it feels so much like local that we can't tell the difference. So we heard you all, and we added some extra indicators there. So when you switch over, you'll be able to see cloud PC, local PC, and it'll be a little bit more clear. And then we also added, support for Frontline, of course, for Windows 365 Switch. So if you'd like to buy a Frontline license and you want to use Windows 365 Switch, you'll have a nice experience connecting to your cloud PC, nice smooth handling. So let me quickly walk through that video with the advancements that we made. So here you see that you have this cloud PC already pinned to the taskbar and a task view. And so after the end user connects, usually what ends up happening is that if they want to disconnect, they'll have to go into the cloud PC and click on disconnect. But here, if the end user happens to switch over to the local desktop and they decide they want to disconnect, they can easily do that by right-clicking and clicking the disconnect button. So that is coming soon. And once again, it'll be coming in beta pretty soon, and it'll be GAing soon as well, shortly after. So these are some of the advancements that we have made coming soon that we thought would be interesting for everybody to see. So that's kind of all I for presenting, and we'd love to take questions now. Let other people chat as well, and just let us know, what kind of questions you have, what else you may find interesting that you may need, going forward with both Windows 365 and Boot.
Now, I have to unmute myself before I begin talking, or else I'm going to do exactly what Jen did earlier. I have to say, this is not a feature that I've spent a lot of time using, much to my own detriment. But this is one of the really fun things about doing these webcasts, is getting to see the experiences that are being crafted by all the teams that are doing all of this hard work and delivering this to customers. Because this is something that people quite literally around the world are going to put to use. I want to go play with it now, and I want to be a good representation of all the hard work that y'all have done. So before we dig into all the questions, I know there's been some in chat. There's a few that we gathered kind of ahead of time. I just want to say thank you for all the hard work. Like, y'all are killing it. Y'all are doing a great job. And it takes a lot of people to pull something like this off. This isn't some small project where it's 3 or 4 folks doing this, right? Y'all are here to help represent this, but you are representing this on behalf of a whole lot of people. If I don't want to take the thunder from you, like if there's other teams or folks that you want to give a shout out to, like please do, because they may seem behind the scenes, but y'all are representing them too.
Yeah, absolutely, and thank you for mentioning that. Definitely, this is a multi-team effort. And we really want to make sure we highlight, we have the Windows Experience team working on this, but our partner in crime is also the Windows team on top of that. So there's a whole set of developers and PMs and designers, and we've all been working, very closely together and on this collaboration. So definitely it takes a lot to get all this going. Two different large teams working together.
Awesome. So Brandon and Jen, I know there's been some chat, some questions that have popped up in chat. Mm-hmm. I know we have a few that we've kind of gathered where there were specific ones. Christian, I know there was one that you had mentioned in kind of our team's chat. There was something that you wanted to tackle. Do you want to go ahead and bring that up and address that question?
Well, I might want to just start planting a seed as well for like a series of questions potentially as well. Like Boot now with shared PC mode and as well dedicated mode coming out soon, we really believe that we can serve all the use cases best with a cloud connected experience on the endpoint. I'm very curious as well, like to hear from you, like what do you want to see more? Like for example, we got some requests from customers to also ship a Windows 365 boot on Windows 10. So we're exploring those options internally. And we really want to hear from this audience, your audience, the Windows Insiders group, whether that resonates a little bit or maybe some other features. Like other thing we heard is Intune is needed to configure the boot feature. Do you want to see as well things besides Intune? So maybe plant a seed there to kind of start the conversation on those requirements, because we really want to learn, because as you know, Jason and the rest of the group here, Brandon and Jennifer, in Microsoft, we are very customer obsessed. So we are really learning from customers, how can we do better and improve and improve and improve? And if there are no questions or feedback regarding that, that's great, of course, too. Then we do the right thing. But there's always something, I believe strongly as a PM. So please let us know.
Somebody always has something to want to share. Always.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being able to use Windows 365 boot without the Intune component, personally. But I also love the Switch experience. I mean, being able to be in Windows and to use, Task View to just immediately switch to my Canary desktop or my Beta desktop. Oh, I love it so much. I love it.
It's so easy. It just makes so much sense to be able to do it from there.
It's fantastic, especially when we're doing the blog posts for the flights and testing builds and instead of having a desk
Brandon,
full
is
of
this actually fixed?
Yeah, without having a desk full of 6 PCs, I'm on one PC sitting at my desk at home and switching back and forth so seamlessly. It's just wonderful. It's just amazing.
You hit on quite literally one of the biggest use cases we have internally, is the need to be able to validate content changes, builds from different teams and the work that they're doing. But number one, we can't afford to have 10 or 12 devices sitting on our desk.
Yeah.
Right? Who has the space to have a stack of laptops, sitting around like that?
I have a stack of laptops.
Of course you do. Why does that not surprise me?
I also have a stack of laptops, but I'd prefer not to.
It makes for a much less cluttered experience. And one of the other things is, obviously, before builds go out externally, before we ship them to Windows Insiders, we obviously do validation internally. We talked about this, I don't even know how many times along the way. And so our machines are running the builds before you get them. So one of the key things is, when we ship the builds to go live, did the builds actually go live, right? And that's, sometimes people are like, why, what's the delay between the build going live and the blog post and whatnot?
Yep.
We're making sure that folks are actually getting the build before we go say, hey, go expect this build. And so it's nice having a configuration like this where we can actually, again, validate these builds, make sure that they're actually going live on time. There's all kinds of use cases and the ways we can set this up and put this to good use. Now, obviously, our use case is a little bit different than many of you externally, but it kind of gives you an insight into how you can use this, how you can go and explore and put all this hard work to good use, right? I keep coming back to that, but there's so much goodness to be had from this, and it's I don't know. I'm excited. Like I said earlier, I haven't used it as much as I probably should have, but this is it's a good kick in the pants for me to get out there and put it to work.
Yeah, we should provide you get access to everything after this call, and then every call you have onwards on this channel, you should start with a recap of what you like about it and what you want to see more. And then with the end goal, all collectively in Microsoft, we want to get an ugly Christmas sweater for Windows 365 as well. So we have the Clippy one. Ooh. I think just now we had the XP one as well that came out a couple of weeks ago. I really have on my wish list that at some point we have one for Windows 365. But let's see if we can make that happen internally. I'm not sure what the principles are there. It has to be a product of 30 years old, then we don't qualify, of course. But
let's see here.
I think one of the questions, and I corrected myself in the chat, but if you guys could talk a little bit more about the announcements for getting started with the Windows app on mobile devices. I know that it's in test flight for iOS. maybe do like a recap of what's available today, since I've kind of put my foot in my mouth on that one in chat, and I've corrected myself. I know it's not available on Android, but if you guys could talk about that, because I think we got some questions about that.
Yeah, I can take a first step at that, and then the team can chime in. So as you said, like recently during Ignite, we announced the Windows app. So it's the new version of the Windows 365 app, plus as well AVD, DevBox, RDS, RDP. So really a unified app consolidated in one. So all the IT admins like listening and watching and maintaining multiple apps like the remote desktop app and the Windows app and other things at the same time. This will be one app for all your services. So great consolidation there. So we really listen to customers, and we really build together with Mars team and other teams in Microsoft, everything in an efficient way. So both from the IT admin side to manage and maintain, but as well internally to write code in a way that it applies to multiple services. So this is one great example of both external and internal and efficiency that we apply there, as well as part of the vision moving to Windows, moving Windows to the cloud. That's available for Windows, of course, for Mac, so Mac OS as well as iPad OS. We have the web client available now too in preview, and we are moving as well to other platforms. So, for example, Android, we are considering doing and other platforms as well. So with the web app right now, you can go across all platforms theoretically, but we're also building a more integrated kind of like local experience for those other platforms too. So in all the stores, App Store, Microsoft Store, you can download those apps and try it out. And we want to hear from you as well how it goes, because we only provide, or we only go into a GA state of a product when you provide feedback to us and give the thumbs up. Everything is working great. And we also are thinking about moving the app more into like a Windows kind of consolidated experience in the future too. So we're definitely not ready yet with starting this journey. So happy to hear your excitement as well, Brendan, about the app. Anything to add from the rest of the team regarding the app or other things you want to highlight?
Yes. Until the Windows app is available on your respective platform, you can continue to use Windows 365, DevBox, and AVD using the remote desktop app.
So one thing we can do real quick as a pivot, I think the audience really would like to know if they want to configure Windows 365 boot. We have the team here that built the whole Intune guided flow scenario and such on this call. So maybe Amar or Derek, Zach, you can give a quick visual representation of how the flow works and what the options are that you can configure to enable a Windows 11 device into a boot to cloud device.
Yeah. Derek, you want to go ahead?
I could talk about the flow, but unfortunately, I don't think I have anything visual handy for that. But for the guy's scenario, converting a device into a boot device, you will follow through the guide, obviously on the first page, and now I'm talking about the private preview that's coming soon. You get to choose between, as mentioned before, the shared mode versus a dedicated mode, and then up on the next page. And we're calling for memory, so forgive me if I getting the pages messed up here. There are options to choose where you could adjust your VPN profile, your Wi-Fi profile, along with your security baseline, all the personalization stuff, to get it into the right visual that you want for your users. And then up next, you also get to choose if you want to use the existing group, existing device groups, or creating a brand new group for it. And obviously, there's also the Windows Update for Business section where it configures the update configurations for these devices. And once you go through all these steps and you add your new device into the group that was just either created or selected, Intune will push all of these configurations down to the device within, I believe the documentation is somewhere between a few to up to 24 hours, depending on whether it's app or policy that's getting pushed down. But generally speaking, within 24 hours, it will be available and your device will be converted into a boot device. But Christian, let me know if there's anything you're expecting that I did not cover.
No, you did a great job there. Thanks, Derek. And I know you have been working hard to make this work a reality as well. So it's great to hear you sharing the flow to the audience too.
Yeah, thank you. Another question that has popped up from Jeremy is about plans to support Samsung DeX with the Windows app and something similar to what the Lenovo phone has. I've gotten some of those questions. So I don't know, like, just making sure that, the team's listening to the feedback. So I don't know if we can actually talk about any future plans in that regard, but definitely the feedback is being heard. And then Christian, we're also getting some questions from folks who want to use Windows 365 but don't have access to the commercial side. So there's that personal element. There's some appetite there. So there's some interest there.
Yeah, let me answer the first question first and then go to the next. So yes, we indeed released a new integrated phone boot to or connect to stream to cloud PC experience for Lenovo ThinkPhones, a partnership that we did with Motorola, a very strategic partnership where we built parts of the code with the UI and everything to stream Windows in a Windows UX manner from a phone. So you can use your phone as a computer as well as just a phone. So you have like a 2-in-1 kind of investment as well as a device in your pocket that you can always be productive and connect to your Windows 11 cloud PC. It's a great experience. So the question is, hey, what are you doing more with other vendors like Samsung DeX, for example? So we are exploring currently which partners we want to go next with as well. So nothing to share there more precisely, but we have got this request more. And as we told earlier as well, we are really listening to feedback. So keep that feedback going and flowing because we really want to make this experience available for every platform, every device as well. So that's really the vision of Windows 365. So work from any platform, any device to connect to your Windows 365 cloud PC. And that's the same from a phone. We also have a TV integrated experience on an LG TV right now. Really cool. You can open up a smart TV menu on an LG TV with the latest 2023 and onwards models and stream your Windows 365, Windows 11 Cloud PC just from your TV without plugging in HDMI mini PCs or other things that you can do as well, but that's just harder to just stream it from the cloud directly from your TV without any hardware attached to it. So pretty cool. And that's what you will expect from us more with other platforms, vendors, OEMs, and things like that. So then the other question, the trial, or how can I get licenses for Windows 365 Enterprise or Business or Frontline? So there's a trial submission form on the website. So if you go to windows365.com and you go to the licenses, you can submit for trial licenses and then get access there as well. So that's probably the best way to do it, or contact your Microsoft sales representative to get access to trial licenses too.
Any other specific questions in the chat, but I do see a lot of appreciation for your work.
Mm-hmm.
Which I agree to.
Is there any specific architecture that this is supported on versus not supported on? Like, is this only an x64 thing? Is it supported on ARM? Like, what's the full scope here?
We'll want to take
Amar,
this
do you
one.
want to take it? Or Zach?
ARM64 and X64 are supported.
Gotcha.
And the good thing to add there is that imagine like Surface Pro 9 devices or other devices you prefer from an OEM that are ARM based, like a laptop with a new dedicated mode experience that really shines in terms of battery duration. Because the fact is that ARM is more efficient in terms of battery life than x86 has been over the last 20-25 years. So really take that advantage of ARM not supporting like Win32 apps in general, that problem doesn't exist because you stream Windows and the Cloud PC is x86, so that will support all your applications that you have. But that streaming device on the endpoint can be ARM, and then leverage the efficiency on the silicon and everything with the battery duration as well, in conjunction with the new dedicated mode experience.
Correct. I would also like to add over here that, because on a Windows 11 boot device, let's say if it's an ARM device or x64 device, since the only app that is running on it is the Windows app, we are figuring out, like, if we could give some recommendations to the IT admins where they can remove a bunch of stuff that is not required on your local Windows endpoint, right? The Windows game bar and a bunch of other stuff, which would also help in the direction of having a longer battery life, because those processes that may be running in the background are not required, right? Technically, the only app that should be running is the Windows app, right? So in this way, we can have more battery life on your device.
That makes sense. That makes a ton of sense. I won't tell the game bar team you called them out like that, but
No, I mean, just for the purpose of
promoting.
Of course. You can definitely. Our vision is that you should enjoy Windows gaming on your cloud PC, not on the local device, right? So you can play your games from anywhere, from any device on your most loved Windows Cloud PC.
Excellent.
We did announce Windows 365 GPU support at Ignite. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the SKUs available, but that will be an option for customers in the future.
Ooh, I might need that.
My goodness. I don't know if I'm opening a can of worms here. Maybe I should ask this question. Maybe I shouldn't. Brandon, am I going to get myself in trouble if I ask this question?
You ask that every time.
Please don't. But sure, go for it.
Should I bring up anything related to prior versions of Windows outside of 11? Or is this a topic where I'm getting too far off into the swamp and I just need to get back on dry land here?
Oh, we chatted about this on our side chat. Yeah, the team is listening to the comments about people asking about Windows 10. I don't think we have a lot to talk about with regards to that today. But the feedback is being noted about Windows 10, and I think Christian also brought that up at the very beginning too, like listening to feedback on what kinds of scenarios people want as it relates to Windows 10.
I'm glad it's Windows 10 and not 95 or 7 or Millennium or.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's asking about NT4, in Windows 365, well, sorry,
that sounds like a good hackathon project.
Oh no!
Look at this. What I got here.
Are you serious right now?
Okay, Christian, you're on my team for the next FHL.
Oh my goodness, it sounds like there's a project in the works. Just real quick for folks externally who don't know what a hackathon is. Internally, we do these projects where folks get to come together and step away temporarily from their day job and focus on projects that are important to them, where they get to create, innovate, redesign, add on, take away, whatever the case, like pretty much everything's within scope of what you can do. And this is exactly how some of these projects come to life, is somebody has a harebrained idea. I won't call Windows 95 harebrained, but you know what I'm saying. Somebody comes up with something fun or goofy like this, and the next thing you know, people come together and turn it into a reality. Obviously, not all this stuff sees the light of day, but just know that there's been some really interesting projects come to life inside the walls of Microsoft. There's definitely some stories to be told.
Not this team, but wasn't the eye control feature, didn't that start as a hackathon project?
Yeah, some of the original Xbox accessibility stuff was hackathon project work as well. Like there's actually a lot of stuff that starts off that way, and then it gets it, a little bit further into feasibility, and people are like, hey, like this was something, now that there's actually been some time put into it and there's like a prototype that exists, it catches on like wildfire, and the next thing you know, you'll actually see it in product. So it doesn't stay just internally, but some does, some doesn't. We'll just put it that way.
I'm going to drop. I need to go to another meeting real quick. But I will catch you all later. It was great to chat and be on the webcast. Jason.
Why do I get the feeling you're going to go launch a flight, Brandon?
No new flights, but a servicing pipeline update, which I indicated and hinted at earlier, may or may not be going live at 11. So I gotta go over there and do that, but
okay.
Gotta test those servicing pipes. So I'll see you
Why
later.
did you forget?
Oh my goodness, this is funny. So Brandon, he's now going to be frozen with that look for the rest of the webcast, because that is exactly how Teams does it when somebody logs off the call. So I guess that's probably as good a point as any to wrap. For the Windows 365 folks, let me just open the floor for you momentarily, even though Brandon has already exited stage left. Are there any parting words, anything you would like to say in closing? I'm super thankful y'all made the time. Y'all have done an excellent job. The content you presented, the kind of coming soon stuff we got some peeks at, just answering questions, like y'all have done an amazing job. I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to do this. It's been super duper appreciated, but let me pass you the mic one more time. Anybody jump right in if you have any closing or parting words.
I can just say, thank you so much, the Insider team, for providing us the feedback and giving us those early insights into how we can improve our product. Please stay vested, because we are vested in your growth as well. And, we want to stay true to our mission of, blurring the lines between local and cloud, and provide everyone with the Windows in the cloud experience, right? Empower every person and every organization on the planet, as our CEO says. So we want to bring the power of Windows and democratize the entire process. So, yeah.
Thanks, Amar. One thing to add to that is that our channels, like contact us or provide feedback, is with social media as close as we would like it to be, meaning that all the names you see here from our side, we all have LinkedIn accounts, so feel free to look us up, connect with us, provide your feedback directly to one of us as well. We're really eager to learn from your feedback, so take advantage of that, or maybe just chat quickly with one of us on LinkedIn and share your great feedback and experience you had so far would be amazing too. So just want to wish everybody happy holidays, and hope to see us back at another episode maybe in the future, Jason.
Absolutely. If you ask me, I'm all about it.
The only thing I'll add is just another thank you to everybody watching the stream. Hearing the feedback is really humbling, but also very inspiring. And so thanks to the Insider community, and then also all of us in the retail community as well that's using the product to help make it better.
Yeah, same comment from me. Thank you for everyone who's using the product, and really look forward to getting the feedback and improving things to make the experience better for you all.
Yes, and I just want to highlight, again, please feel free to reach out on LinkedIn. We're posting updates there and, checking messages. So if there's any questions and you feel like you want to reach out to one of us, we're all on there.
Awesome. Well, thank you all once again. And of course, thank you to the insiders who have tuned in today. Obviously, these are recorded, so there will be plenty of folks kind of checking in after the fact. So if you are doing that, thank you for making the time to come in and hang out and catch it, even though we didn't catch it while live. But to everybody who joined in, I know folks can come and go along the way. Hopefully you found this informative, fun, engaging. If you have any feedback, obviously, on the webcast or future topics, of course, ping us. We're at Windows Insider on it's X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. whatever its name is these days. And then, obviously, the same invitation, right? There's plenty of us who are on LinkedIn as well. So, look us up and then reach out, and we're happy to connect. So with that, we will wrap here. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope you make the best of it. Closing out 2023. We will catch back up with you early next year. Stay tuned to the Windows Insider newsletters. We will announce the next webcast when one is scheduled up and ready to go. But until then, happy insidering, happy use of Windows builds, and happy holidays. And we will catch you next year. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.